Have you ever looked at your bank account and wondered, where did all my money go? You work hard. You earn a paycheck. You promise yourself that next month will be different. But somehow, you're still struggling. Meanwhile, other people with similar incomes seem to be getting richer every year. So what's the difference? Today, we're uncovering the real reasons why millions of people stay trapped financially, and, more importantly, how you can finally break free. Let's be honest. Most people believe that becoming wealthy is all about earning more money. If only I had a higher salary. If only I got promoted. If only I started making six figures. But here's the uncomfortable truth. Income is only one piece of the puzzle. Every year, professional athletes, celebrities, doctors, and even lottery winners earn millions of dollars. Yet many of them end up broke. How is that possible? Because money doesn't solve bad financial habits. It simply magnifies them. If you don't know how to manage $2,000 a month, you probably won't manage $20,000 any better. This is why so many people spend their entire lives chasing higher income without ever building real wealth. They're running faster, but on a financial treadmill. The harder they work, the faster they spend, and despite all that effort, they never move forward. The truth is, being broke isn't always about how much you earn. More often, it's about the habits that quietly control your financial life every single day. Most people never notice these habits because they're small. Buying coffee every morning, financing a car they can't truly afford, shopping to relieve stress, ignoring investments because they'll start next year, using credit cards to solve today's problems while creating even bigger problems tomorrow. None of these decisions seem dangerous on their own, but together, they slowly build a life where money disappears faster than it arrives. And that's exactly why so many people feel stuck. Not because they're lazy, not because they're unintelligent, but because no one ever taught them how money really works. And that's what we're going to change today. 1. The invisible trap. Imagine two friends. Both are 25 years old. Both earn $50,000 a year. Neither one wins the lottery. Neither one inherits money. Fast forward 20 years. One owns a home, has investments worth hundreds of thousands of dollars, and enjoys financial freedom. The other is buried in debt, living paycheck to paycheck, wondering where the years went. What happened? It wasn't luck. It wasn't intelligence. It wasn't even income. It was thousands of small financial decisions made every single day. That's the part most people never see. We tend to think one big decision changes our lives. But wealth is rarely built through one giant moment. It's built through hundreds of tiny choices that seem insignificant at the time. Every purchase, every investment, every habit, every excuse, each one pushes you slightly toward wealth, or slightly away from it. Why most people never get ahead. 1. The invisible trap. Imagine two friends. Both are 25 years old. Both earn $50,000 a year. Neither one wins the lottery. Neither one inherits money. Fast forward 20 years. One owns a home, has investments worth hundreds of thousands of dollars, and enjoys financial freedom. The other is buried in debt, living paycheck to paycheck, wondering where the years went. What happened? It wasn't luck. It wasn't intelligence. It wasn't even income. It was thousands of small financial decisions made every single day. That's the part most people never see. We tend to think one big decision changes our lives. But wealth is rarely built through one giant moment. It's built through hundreds of tiny choices that seem insignificant at the time. Every purchase, every investment, every habit, every excuse, each one pushes you slightly toward wealth, or slightly away from it. 2. Lifestyle inflation. One of the biggest financial traps has a name. Lifestyle inflation. Here's how it works. You receive a raise. Instead of investing the extra money, you upgrade your lifestyle. A bigger apartment, a newer car, more expensive vacations, designer clothes, premium subscriptions, nicer restaurants. Suddenly, you're earning more than ever before. But you still feel broke. Why? Because your expenses grew just as fast as your income. This cycle traps millions of people. Every raise becomes another excuse to spend more. Instead of buying assets, they buy liabilities. Instead of creating wealth, they create bigger monthly payments. That's why some people earning $150,000 a year still struggle financially. Meanwhile, someone earning half that amount quietly builds wealth because they spend less than they earn. The goal isn't to look rich. The goal is to become rich. And those are two very different things. 3. Instant gratification. Here's another powerful reason people stay broke. Our brains love immediate rewards. Saving money feels boring. Investing feels slow. Budgeting isn't exciting. But buying something new, that feels amazing. At least for a moment. Companies understand this psychology better than most people understand themselves. Every advertisement tells you, you deserve this. Treat yourself. Buy now. Pay later. With one tap on your phone, you can spend money you haven't even earned yet. Credit cards. Buy now, pay later services. Easy financing. They make spending effortless, while making wealth building feel difficult. The result? Many people spend years paying for things they stopped enjoying months ago. That's not financial freedom. That's financial stress disguised as convenience. 4. The wealth mindset. Now let's look at how wealthy people often think differently. When most people receive extra money, they ask, what can I buy? Wealth builders ask, what can this money earn for me? That's a completely different question. Instead of buying another gadget, they might invest. Instead of upgrading their lifestyle, they upgrade their skills. Instead of chasing status, they chase ownership. Because wealthy people understand something that changes everything. Money is a tool. Every dollar has a job. You can spend it once, or you can put it to work so it earns even more money. That's how wealth grows. Not overnight, not through luck, but through patience, discipline, and consistent decisions repeated over years. And here's the best part. None of these habits require you to be born rich. They don't require a perfect economy. They don't require winning the lottery. They simply require a different way of thinking. And in the next section, I'll show you real-life examples of people who transformed their finances, not by making more money at first, but by changing the way they managed the money they already had. Real-life examples that change everything. The teacher who became financially free. Let me tell you about Sarah. Sarah wasn't a millionaire. She wasn't a CEO. She wasn't making six figures. She was a public school teacher earning around $48,000 a year. For years, she believed her salary was the reason she couldn't build wealth. Every month followed the same pattern. She got paid the bills, bought things she thought she needed, and waited anxiously for the next paycheck. Then one day, she calculated something that completely changed her perspective. She realized she had spent nearly $400 every month on things she barely remembered buying. Coffee on the way to work, food deliveries, impulse shopping, subscription services she rarely used. It didn't feel like much at the time, but together, those small expenses were quietly costing her thousands of dollars every year. Instead of trying to earn more immediately, she focused on spending more intentionally. She canceled unnecessary subscriptions, cooked more meals at home, started investing just $300 every month into a low-cost index fund. At first, nothing seemed to change. 6 months later, still nothing dramatic. But after several years, her investments had grown far beyond what she ever imagined. Not because she earned more, but because she became consistent. That's the power of small decisions repeated over time. The high earner who stayed broke. Now let's look at someone completely different. Meet David. David earned over $180,000 a year. From the outside, he looked successful. Luxury apartment, new sports car, designer clothes, expensive vacations. Everyone assumed he was wealthy. But behind closed doors, the reality was completely different. His paycheck disappeared almost as soon as it arrived. His credit card balances kept growing. His car payments were enormous. His lifestyle demanded every dollar he earned. Despite making nearly 4 times Sarah's income, David had almost no savings, almost no investments, and constant financial stress. Why? Because income doesn't create wealth. Financial behavior does. David spent years trying to look rich. Sarah spent years becoming rich. Those are two completely different goals. The snowball effect. Here's something fascinating. Imagine you invest $500 every month. It doesn't seem like much. In the beginning, your account grows slowly. You might even wonder if it's worth it. But then something incredible begins to happen. Your money starts earning money. And then, the money your investments earned starts earning money too. That's called compound growth. It's often described as one of the most powerful forces in personal finance. The longer you stay invested, the more powerful it becomes. This is why starting early matters so much. Time is often more valuable than trying to find the perfect investment. Why most people quit too early. Here's the mistake many people make. They expect dramatic results immediately. They save for 3 months. Nothing changes. They invest for 6 months. Nothing exciting happens, so they stop. But wealth doesn't grow in a straight line. It grows slowly. Then suddenly, most people quit during the slow stage. The people who eventually become financially independent keep going. They understand that success is often invisible before it becomes obvious. Think about planting a tree. For months, you don't see much happening. But underground, the roots are growing stronger every single day. Financial habits work exactly the same way. The hidden difference between rich and wealthy. There's one final lesson that completely changed how I think about money. There's a difference between being rich and being wealthy. A rich person might earn a huge income. A wealthy person owns assets that continue generating income whether they're working or not. Rich is about income. Wealth is about ownership. Rich is temporary. Wealth can last for generations. The people who build lasting wealth don't ask, how can I spend more? They ask, how can I own more? They buy investments. They build businesses. They develop valuable skills. They think years ahead, not just until the next payday. And once you understand that difference, you'll never look at money the same way again. The solution: how to break free. Step 1. Change your relationship with money. If you've been struggling with money for years, the first thing you need to change isn't your income, it's your mindset. Most people see money as something that comes and then goes. But financially successful people see money differently. They see every dollar as an employee. Instead of asking, what can I buy with this? They ask, how can this dollar work for me? That simple shift changes everything. Imagine receiving your paycheck. Before spending a single dollar, you pay your future first. Not your landlord, not your phone bill, not online shopping, your future. Even if it's just 10%. It may not feel like much today, but over time, those small amounts become the foundation of real wealth. That's how financial freedom begins. Not with a huge salary, but with consistent priorities. Step 2. Spend less than you earn. This sounds simple, but it's one of the hardest habits to master. We live in a world where everyone is encouraged to spend more. Every advertisement tells us we'll be happier if we buy something new, but happiness purchased with debt rarely lasts. Financial freedom comes from creating a gap between what you earn and what you spend. The bigger that gap becomes, the faster your wealth grows. Remember, it's not about looking wealthy. It's about becoming wealthy. Sometimes the wealthiest person in the room is the one driving the older car, living below their means, quietly investing every month. Wealth is often invisible. Step 3. Invest consistently. Saving money is important, but saving alone isn't enough. Inflation slowly reduces the purchasing power of cash sitting in a bank account. That's why investing matters. You don't need thousands of dollars to start. You don't need to predict the stock market. You don't need to be a financial expert. You simply need consistency. Invest a little. Keep investing. Ignore the daily noise. Give your money time to grow. Remember, building wealth is usually a marathon, not a sprint. Step 4. Invest in yourself. Here's an investment that no stock market crash can take away from you: your knowledge, your skills, your ability to solve problems. Read books, learn new skills, improve your communication, understand how money works, develop expertise that makes you more valuable. Because the more value you create, the more opportunities you'll have to earn. Your greatest financial asset isn't your bank account, it's you. 1 year from today, you'll either be glad you started, or you'll wish you had. The choice begins today. You don't need to become perfect overnight. You don't need to become a millionaire this year. You simply need to make one better financial decision today than you made yesterday. Those decisions, repeated consistently, have the power to completely change your future. Because wealth isn't built in one day. It's built one habit at a time. If you found this video valuable, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe for more videos on personal finance, investing, and wealth building. Leave a comment below. What's the one money habit you're going to change starting today? Your answer might inspire someone else to take their first step toward financial freedom. And remember, your financial future isn't decided by where you are today. It's shaped by the decisions you make from this moment forward. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.